ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीम् वीणापुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदाम् जाड्यान्धकारापहाम्। हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां विदधतीम् पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्।
Thank you, Praveen sir. So now first, let me provide you a brief about our institute. The KITE group of institutions is recognized as one of the best engineering colleges in Delhi NCR, founded by the members of Krishna Charitable Society in 1998. The institute has gained a distinct image as an outstanding educational colossal among the technical institutions of Uttar Pradesh. The KITE group of institutions is imparting the innovative and skill-based education under 4 schools of studies: KITE School of Engineering and Technology, KITE School of Management, KITE School of Computer Applications, and KITE School of Pharmacy. So KITE School of Pharmacy was established by the Krishna Charitable Society in 2005 after realizing the prospects and potential of the course in the emerging scenario of the global pharmaceutical industry and education. KITE School of Pharmacy is a premier institute in the state of Uttar Pradesh for the education in pharmacy. The institute has been consistently ranked among the top 5 pharmacy institutes of the state because of its excellent academic performance since its inception. KSOP has earned the reputation of being the much sought after destination for aspiring students because of its strong academic achievements. We are committed to the betterment of the students. KSOP has intellectual, dedicated, and highly experienced faculty members for the academic progress of the students. The college is equipped with all the modern instruments and machinery to provide the best practical training for the budding pharmacists. It also provides a healthy academic atmosphere to the students to achieve their goals and foster an academic environment in which the performance, goals, and growth of each of the individual can be assessed. It gives me an immense pleasure to share that KITE School of Pharmacy has more than 200 research papers published in various peer-reviewed journals of high repute. We have a patent count of more than 20 in different pharmaceuticals and healthcare innovation segments. Now, let me take you to the virtual lanes of KITE group of institutions by taking a glance at the institute video. So again, I request Praveen sir to please display the KITE video. Sir, please.
Humble beginnings leading to great outcomes has been well brought out by the journey of KIT Group of Institutions. Since its beginning in 1998 with 180 students, KIT has now reached 5,600 plus students. It has made an indelible mark in the domains of engineering, management and pharmacy through the consistent efforts of more than 300 highly qualified and experienced faculty imparting wisdom to both UG and PG courses. Apart from being accorded the NAC Grade A accreditation till 2021, most of its programs are NBA accredited. A few distinguished accolades of the group are: the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research has awarded the prestigious Scientific and Industrial Research Organization certification in 2020. The Honorable Vice President of India recognized KIT Group of Institutions by positioning it in Band A ARIA 2020 rankings among the top 25 institutes under the category of private self-financed institutions. AICTE has endorsed position 2 to our institute under the Utkrisht Sansthan Vishwakarma Award in 2020 under category 3 material, product manufactured, developed. KIT has also been recognized as a network institute of Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, ISRO, Dehradun Outreach Network in July 2020. Center for Education Growth and Research has recognized KIT as the best private institute in North India for Innovation 2019. KIT has been reputably placed in the rank band of 201 to 250 by NIRF 2020 India ranking by the Ministry of HRD, Government of India. KIT has earned a 4-star rating out of 5 for promoting innovation and startup in campus and has been designated as the best performing institution Innovation Council from the North Zone in 2018-19. ASSOCHAM has bestowed Excellence in Enabling Research Environment Award in February 2020 during their Higher Education Conclave, and with the Emerging Engineering Institute of the Year North EduShine Award in 2019. The Platinum and Gold rating has been obtained in the AICTE CII Survey 2018 and 19. QSI Gauge has conferred its gold rating on KIT in 2018, valid in 2021, and also conferred the E-Lead E-Learning Excellence Award for Academic Digitization certification in June 2020. NPTEL has ranked the institution 3rd among the top 100 local chapters in 2019 with triple. KIT achieved an overall 1st position during July to September 2019 by the AKTU Kalam Center Kalam Entrepreneurship League. KIT has been consistently ranked among the top 3 institutes of the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University due to its innovative and adaptive policies like live streaming of classes to effectively enable online teaching and learning, more than 3,500 lectures on KIT YouTube Maestro channel, 11 patents and 1 copyright has been filed and published in the Journal of Patent 36/2020 on 4th September 2020. The beyond curriculum initiatives of KIT include the Center for Automotive Mechatronics in collaboration with Mercedes-Benz India Private Limited and the Skill Next program in consultation with BMW India. The Society of Automotive Engineers SAE KIT Collegiate Club has been participating in Baha SAE India, SAE NIS FE Cycle and Supra SAE in SAE India competitions on a regular basis and has won many accolades, regularly for which it has been awarded by its president. Global recognition came its way in 2019 when it won the Neil Armstrong Best Design Award in the global competition of NASA Human Exploration Robot Challenge organized at Alabama, USA. The iOS and D-Link labs, the robotics and NI labs give students an opportunity to work on projects and enhance their practical abilities. Coders Corner is available to students on a 24/7 basis to create a culture of competitive coding in the campus. Param Shavak, a supercomputing deep learning system, has been set up on campus to facilitate students in the domain of machine learning. The Department of Humanities and Social Science merges the expertise of English trainers with life skills trainers to enhance the employability quotient of the students across all streams by delivering a well-crafted 100-hour program over a period of 4 years. The Career Guidance Center of KIT provides educational internships both nationally as well as internationally in countries like Germany, Indonesia, etc. and also provides support to students by organizing GATE GRE coaching and foreign language classes like German and Japanese to the interested students. KIT has established a strong industry connect through its corporate relations and placement center, and its subsidiary, the Internship and Industry Partnership Cell, enables internship and subsequent recruitment of students in more than 300 on and off-campus recruitment drives, leading to 1,000 plus job offers 5 years in a row. Giving wings to entrepreneurship, the KIT Technology Business Incubator, set up under the aegis of the Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of HRD, Government of India. TBI KIT has accelerated 92 startups, keeping in line with the New India program of the Government of India. KIT's Kalam Center has earned the overall first rank at the Kalam Entrepreneurship League AKTU. KIT hosted the Smart India Hackathon Hardware Edition, organized by MHRD, Government of India, in July 2019, and also hosted the Olympics World Games in November 2019. A 5-day event, Inspire, that is, Innovation in Science Pursuit for Inspired Research, was conducted at the Institute, wherein students from various eminent schools across the nation gained a forum for intensified, stimulating, and brainstorming interaction with the Bhatnagar awardees. With the aim of increasing the awareness of students about the international education system, the Institute organizes an International Education Awareness Week in January every year. KIT endeavors to be a catalyst for excellence by initiating the Young Dronachar Award for the best performing faculty member from every department and promotes research culture through the C.V. Raman Award at the institute level. KIT also recognizes the efforts of its technical staff and non-teaching staff by appreciating their contribution on 26th January and 15th August every year. To gather all together, KIT Group of Institutions not only molds its students into budding professionals of tomorrow, but also recognizes the contribution and support of its faculty and staff members in making KIT a catalyst for excellence.
Thank you, sir, and thanks a lot ITSS team for providing us with such a wonderful video. Thanks a lot. So to make this event even more cheerful, I would be glad to request Dr. A. Garg, Director, KITE Group of Institutions, to please welcome our chief guest, Dr. Shailen Saraf, Vice Chairman, Pharmacy Council of India, by presenting a bouquet of flowers.
Kindly accept the bouquet, sir. Thank you very much for your presence.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Now, I request Dr. K. Nagarajan, Principal, KITE School of Pharmacy, to please welcome Dr. A. Garg, Director, KITE Group of Institutions, by presenting a bouquet of flowers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. N.G. Raghavendra Rao, sir, Additional Head, KITE School of Pharmacy, to please welcome Dr. Manoj Goyal, Joint Director, KITE Group of Institutions, by presenting a bouquet of flowers.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Vaishali M. Patil, Coordinator of this Atal FDP, KITE School of Pharmacy, to please welcome Dr. Anil Kumar Elawat, Dean Academics, KITE Group of Institutions, by presenting the bouquet of flowers.
Welcome, Thank you, madam. Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now, beginning with the program, I invite
Ma'am, your voice is not there.
Dr. Pharmacy for his address. Hello. Am I audible, Vaishali ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Please repeat. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I request Dr. K. Nagarajan, sir, for his welcome address. Sir, please.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning to one and all gathered over here today. As a convener for this prestigious Atal FDP, I welcome our chief guest for the inauguration, Dr. Shailendra Saraf, sir, Vice President of PCI, and an eminent professor and director, Faculty of Technology, Institute of Pharmacy, Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University, for his gracious presence for this ACT-sponsored FDP on adoption of virtual reality technologies for drug discovery, the centerpiece of academic and industry labs, from July 26 to 30. We admire you, sir, in taking versatile research areas such as nose to brain drug delivery approach, nano drug technology, herbal drugs and its regulatory aspects, and the most promising article on second generation sulfonylurea glipizide loaded biodegradable nanoparticles in diabetes, which all exemplifies your milestone in research and development for nation's cutting edge technology. We welcome our Honorable Director, sir, Colonel Dr. Amit Garg for his thought-provoking guidance in taking the institution at higher leap, always proving a mettle of spirit in all assignments undertaken to reach the pinnacle for national visibility of kite. We would welcome our Joint Director, Sir Dr. Manoj Goyal, for his entirely support and guidance in arranging this FDP within a short stint of time. We welcome our Dean Academics, Sir Dr. Anil Alawat, for his motivation consistently to apply for various funding agencies to conduct such wonderful FDPs under his leadership in all departments. As in parallel, another FDP is organized on today in Computer Science Engineering department also. We also welcome all our national resource speakers and international resource speakers for this 5-day program, especially in igniting the minds of 200 faculty participants all over the country. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all faculty participants throughout India for this FDP's theme on adoption of virtual reality technologies for drug discovery. Prior to synthesis and prior to conduct the biological activity on animal model, one must perform the rational drug design to predict the theoretical biological activity. COVID pandemic has taught us to go for emergency-based drug discovery, especially to combat the corona SARS-2 virus. Many industries are already working on at international and national level. It is the responsibility of all faculty to contribute to society in drug discovery challenges, especially by adapting the virtual augmented reality of docking the drug with the receptor by simulation as similar to our body. I hope this FDP will address all such issues and enhance the learning of faculty to proceed further for the contribution and implementation in new drug discovery. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Words are powerless to express my gratitude. Thanks a lot, sir. Now, I request highly pragmatic and influential person, Dr. Anil Kumar Ehlawat, sir, Dean Academics, Kite Group of Institutions, to address the audience. Sir,
thank you, madam.
Sir, please. Thank you, sir.
I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you, madam. Good morning to all present here in this online mode. It's my immense pleasure to be the part of this 5 days FDP on adoption of virtual reality technologies for drug discovery. The Centerprise of Academic and Industry Labs is sponsored by AIST Training and Learning Academy at all. Machine learning and augmented reality as a part of, we all know, computer science is the biggest technology trend nowadays and widely used in drugs discovery. Augmented reality technology provides a real world experience live in front of us through enhanced computer generated perceptual information. Virtual reality is not only improve the efficiency of pre-developed phases of a particular drug, but it also enables them to visualize in interaction between molecules better and thus re-engineer and redesign the molecules. The pandemic has increased the pace of adoption of these type of technology in industry. Today, augmented reality is helping in pharmaceutical companies to transfer the knowledge of new products in more innovative ways and helping them gaining a competitive edge in the industry. Virtual reality technologies has become an effective and valuable tool to provide training regarding new products and machines. Earlier, the learning process of products working involved going through lens manuals and product descriptions or understanding product features from a superior or trainer. But now, with the help of augmented reality based training modules that use 3D visual representations, the process of learning has become far more efficient. So with the help of AR technology, supervisors can record the process of how to work on a particular machine or what steps need to be followed to complete a specific task. Thus, augmented reality provides real-time virtual guidance to the workforce and reduces the need of human supervision all the time. Therefore, in my point of view, after the pandemic, the awareness of using various computer-oriented technologies like virtual reality and machine learning has increased, and experts from both the field should come together to research more to help the humankind. I must congratulate Principal KSOP Dr. Nagarajan and all the organizers for selecting this interdisciplinary topic and very useful, I think, in my point of view in the current scenario. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So now I request the man with humanity, Dr. Manoj Goel, Joint Director, Kite Group of Institutions, to please address the audience. Sir, please.
Sorry, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. A very good morning, everyone present here. We are honored to have today with us Dr. Shailendra Saraf, Vice Chairman, Pharmacy Council of India. Our own Dr. Karnal Amit Garg, Director, Kite Group of Institutions, Dr. Nagarajan, Principal, Kite School of Pharmacy, guests, faculty members, and my dear participants. It's my pleasure to be part of this inaugural ceremony of 5 days faculty development program in online mode on adoption of virtual reality technology for drug discovery, the centerpiece of academic and industry labs, sponsored by AICTE Training and Learning Academy. We are thankful to AICTE for having trust on us and give this opportunity to organize this FDP. On behalf of Kite Group of Institution, once again, I welcome Dr. Shailendra Saraf for his gracious presence in this FDP. Thank you very much, sir. We are very much thankful for accepting our invitation. The topic adoption of virtual reality technology for drug discovery is very, very important and need of the time, as Dr. Ahlawat was mentioning. The application of VR has significant advantages over the traditional screening method of discovery of novel drugs, including interactive and multimodal sensory stimuli. I congratulate the complete organizing team for conducting this FDP. I'm happy to see the large participation from faculty members from all various parts of the country. This shows their commitment towards keeping themselves updated and enhance their knowledge on their field. I'm confident that this FDP will enhance and update the knowledge of all the participants and will help them to prepare for academic delivery as well as for contribution to the research. My best wishes to all the participants and organizing team. Thank you very much once again for having me here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your stimulating words. With a lot of anticipation in my heart, I request the magnanimous man of perfection, Dr. A. Garg, Director, Kite Group of Institutions, to please enlighten us with his precious words.
Thank you.
Sir, please.
Thank you very much. Namaskar. Namaskar and a very good morning to you all. On behalf of KIT Group of Institutions, I would like to extend a warm welcome once again to the Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Shailendra Saraf, sir, Vice President, Pharmacy Council of India, all keynote speakers from India and abroad, and all participants for gracing the virtual presence on this FDP for 5 days on adoption of virtual reality technologies for drug discovery, organized by KIT Group of Institutions. At the outset, I must say that it's a very, very relevant interdisciplinary topic, as has been brought out earlier. Now, so far, in last about 10 years, virtual reality, we were just associating it to the video games. You know, it has really revolutionized the world of video games. But now, during this pandemic, more so, we have seen that this technology can be used and has been used to develop new drugs and also to fight against the world's deadliest diseases. Now, the virtual reality is basically to discover the new drugs and most of the discoveries are from the academic research settings as of now. Now, virtual reality, what can be understood in a very layman's language is that once you are seeing a structure of molecules and proteins, you can see a 3D structure, not on the screen, you can see it off the screen. Like the laptop, we all are in front of it. Now, besides the laptop, outside it, you will find a 3D structure of molecules and proteins, and that you can play around with. You can play around with the distances between the molecules and proteins, and you can put some more different atoms and different molecules to see the change behavior of the drug, how it is going to behave. So I think rather than dragging and clicking with a computer mouse on the desktop, one can see it in a virtual mode, and that is where probably the life size visibility of the molecules is the strength of the virtual reality, and that's why I'm saying that it is more relevant for the academic settings. Now, in order to have a more work of the virtual reality and to gain even more widespread recognition in the pharmaceutical space, certain technological advancements are still to be made in this comparatively less explored area. Now, we need to identify the research gaps and also undertake large number of pilot projects to incorporate the virtual reality in the R&D in various institutions. I find that this FDP has been very, very planned. There are eminent researchers from academia and industry, from India, from USA, and from Europe also, for giving their knowledge sessions and also for undertaking the hands-on training. I'd like to mention to the Honorable Chief Guest and also to all the participants who are present here that Kite School of Pharmacy is one of the most popular pharmacy colleges in Delhi NCR, with excellent research and placement records. Also, we are starting from this year a diploma course in addition to the pharmacy and M-Pharma courses, B-Pharma and M-Pharma courses. This year onwards, we are starting a diploma course because we thought the entire landscape should be complete. If we have a diploma, it will facilitate that. Now, we are affiliated institution to Abdul Kalam Technical University, and therefore there is no freedom as of now to design a lot of curriculum or the design syllabus for our faculty members, for our student and faculty members. But there was a need to have kind of a specialization in various areas. So Kite School of Pharmacy has recently started a minor specialization in the area of drug regulatory affairs. Now, this has been so planned that during the vacations, you have classes, and during the in semester, one students are supposed to attend few online courses, they say from Coursera or from NPTEL. So though the numbers are less, but that kind of arrangement has been done. So this has become very popular, and we have got a large number of students who have registered for this minor specialization. Now, I very fondly like to share with the Honorable Chief Guest also that KIT Group of Institution is, I think, one of the most decorated institution, and we have got all our programs are NBA accredited. And we have got a NAAC grading, as has been mentioned in the video. We have also got the ARIA ranking, that Atal ranking for innovation. We are in the rank band of 6 to 25, and also we have got an NIRF ranking in the band of 200 to 250. In addition, we have also been given a CSIRO certificate. That is for the research. We are a institution for the research excellence. We have got all the facilities for that. So that also we have got. So these are all the government organization certification, which we are really proud, and we really are very keen to add more and more value in future. I see a large number of participants from almost all states of the country. And my request to all the participants is that to kindly attend all the sessions. Is going to be very, very useful. The kind of speakers you would have gone through, they are the experts in the areas. And let's see what actually virtual reality is, what are the applications of this virtual reality in the drug formulation. And I'm sure you'll be able to find some beautiful research gaps to work on in future. Kindly make your video on This is one small little suggestion I would like to say, and make the sessions interactive. And take this opportunity as a networking opportunity amongst yourself and also with the KIT group of institutions. And I think it will also give you the opportunity for a collaborative proposals, research proposal submission, and also the publications which can be jointly done between the two institutions, which is going to add, collaborative effort, and that is what is going to be extremely beneficial for the entire institution in the academic parlance. And that is where the good practices of each institution can be shared with other institutions. And these become the tangible benefits. Then the intangible benefits, I would like to say that if you are interactive, if you are seen, if you are heard, if you are participated, it increases your branding. And also it increases the branding of the institution what you are representing. I finally like to thank once again our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Shailendra Sarafji, who is the Vice President of the Pharmacy Council of India. So we are really humbled by your presence, by your thought of giving time to a tier 2 institution in Delhi NCR, because I understand your time schedule must be very, very tight, but your presence shows a lot of confidence in us, and it gives us a kind of a catalyst that yes, we can move forward, and the environment recognizes our efforts in various academic and non-academic areas. So I'm very happy to find that your academic career is more than 3 decades. You've got a large number of publications, book chapters, and patents. We will definitely, sir, continue to seek your advice in future as to how to take the things forward in our KIT School of Pharmacy. And also it will help us in understanding, in making the course corrections in case we need to do with your kind assistance and your kind guidance. Like to thank AICT also for giving us the opportunity and showing faith in us. And also Dr. K. Nagarajan, Principal KSOP, who is a convener of the FDP, and also the FDP coordinators who have organized this event so meticulously, and all the various session and technical coordinators. I find large number of faculty members from KSOP involved in coordination of various sessions, both in as a technical coordinators and as well as the session coordinators. Once again, my best wishes to all the participants and to all the keynote speakers for a wonderful knowledge-bearing sessions on this 5-day faculty development program. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir. Thank you so much. I thank sir for the continuous support, guidance, and for providing the stimulating environment to all the students as well as the faculty members. So as the inaugural ceremony of KSOP Atal FDP is gaining its momentum, let us have a glance at the FDP video to give you the glimpses of the keynote speakers that we'll be hearing in the coming 5 days. So I request Praveen sir to please display the video regarding our FDP. So please.
playing the video, Praveen sir, and we are really thankful again to our ITSS department for such an awesome video. So before I request our chief guest sir for his address, I would just like to inspire the audience by saying a few things about his biography. So as director sir said, he's been involved in research activities for last 3 decades, and he has been working in the field of herbal technology, medicinal plant research, and NHDDS. He has successfully completed several research projects supported by extramural research funding agencies like UGC, AICTE, MPCOST, CGCOST, DST, etc. And he has instrumental in establishing and implementing several institutional projects. Then, sir has contributed a number of highly reputed national and international publications, more than 200 in number. And sir has authored 4 books and a number of chapters and has filed 10 patents. His work is appreciated and referred worldwide. And as he's having 3,000 plus citations and an H index of 25 in Scopus, he is associated member of number of editorial boards and as a reviewer in various reputed journals. And he is associated in different capacities with central statutory, regulatory accreditation bodies of higher education like DTAB, PCI, AICTE, UGC, and so on. And there is a long list actually, so I would very quickly tell you about few of the many awards that sir has received, such as the fellow of the International Institute of Organizational Psychological Medicine, USA, Australia, UK 2019. Then Indian Science Congress Platinum Jubilee Lecture Award. Then sir has received from the Society of Pharmacognosy the Merit of Excellence Award in 2018, Lifetime Achievement Award, Pharma Ratan Award in 2018, APTI late Srimati Kamla Bain Vaivya Memorial Award for contribution to APTI 2017, and so on. So the list would be very long, but we would like to hear from the sir. So now I would, with a lot of anticipation in my heart, I cordially welcome the benevolent, esteemed, pioneering, dynamic, and magnetic person, our chief guest, none other but Dr. Shailen Saraf, Vice Chairman, Pharmacy Council of India, to kindly grace the occasion with his precious words. Our gathering really takes on a special meaning and moves to the next level due to his presence. Sir, please.
So thank you very much for nice introduction and really all superlative words. Thank you very much. Basically, I'm a teacher. I'm a pharmacist. I think my screen is shared.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is visible.
Yes,
okay. So at the outset, I brought you greeting from Pharmacy Council of India, and I greet all of you on my own behalf as well. So distinguished delegates, guests, and leadership of the KITE group of institutions under the able leadership of Dr. Garg, Dr. Goyal, and Dr. Ahlabat, and leadership of pharmacy institution, Dr. Nagarajan, Vaishali, Dr. Alankar, and all other young leaders. So I'm really happy for different reasons to be here. This is really my and topic is really of contemporary importance. What has happened in the past, just sharing our expertise, and somehow we acquired the specialization but landed with the isolation. So what I can understand, this program is really very meticulously planned, and in most of the cases we observe that those programs are just organized on ad hoc basis. But well in advance, you've identified the faculty members, and they are representing from all over the world, reputed research institutions, great universities, from industry and profession. I'll start my observations while I'm quoting, I'm congratulating the director of the group, Dr. Agar. My compliments and congratulations, but we have more expectation from institution like KITE. You have mentioned this is the best sort of institution in Uttar Pradesh and NCNR, but we want to say, see, this institution is best institution in the North Zone, and years to come, one of the best institution in India. I have seen the video and I have seen the accolades you have acquired during last few years. This is a valid case of transformation into a university. You have mentioned you have you are affiliated college.
Sure.
So institution like the KITE, the syllabus and minimum norms are not at all the upper limit. There is no limit as far as over and above the prescribed syllabus is concerned. And we as a regulator, as a senior teacher, we expect those institutions to contribute in a big way and demonstrate, because excellence, if you are acquiring excellence and if you are staying in isolation, so this is not excellence. You have to spread this disease of excellence among all institutions, and then only we can have the better competition and we can ensure the growth in years to come. So topic is well taken, and I'm just starting my note with a different node. I think my slides are moving.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is the concept of revolutionary wealth, and what is happening, everything has changed. Form of money or anything, but it is formed in the form of knowledge, wealth, and force. It's a good mix of all three things. And the thought leaders in the past, they are just for their own convenience, they are segregating the different type of activities just to draw the line as far as the history of this mankind is concerned. There are different school of thoughts, and there is a wave theory which says that we are living now in a fourth wave, and this particular fourth wave has came into existence very silently. And this is whatever we are enjoying at present or facing at present. This is just based on the Indian cultural values, that is the concept of mind over matter. And very slowly, and other this concept of giving the historical development of the mankind in the profession is the industrial revolution. So again, we are in the fourth industrial revolution, and this fourth industrial revolution came into existence very silently once again. And unlike previous three generic models of the industrial revolution, this is sometimes somehow different. Why this is different? Because this is the amalgamation of physical sciences, biological sciences, and information technology. This is the beauty of this particular revolution. But still, we are awaiting to have, rather we are facing the challenge of a fourth industrial revolution, this fourth phase also. So we have to understand why I'm mentioning so, because one of the topmost historian in the world has said the history is nothing but a register of the crime and rise and downfall of the kingdoms. But for the profession like pharmacy, we have to understand what we have achieved, what yet to be achieved. And there is need to have an ABNA analysis, achievable benefits not achieved. So this analysis each and everyone should carry out as an individual, as a researcher, as a teacher, as an institution, and what we have missed, what we are deserving but could not achieve. This analysis we should carry out. So I have given around 12 to 15 minutes, but I will try to complete my statement within that particular time, because this particular topic has made me really more enthusiastic as far as this SDP lecture is concerned. So I am just going to touch upon the certain issues like contradiction of this particular time, because we are living in a world, and thanks to the pandemic, that we could introspect ourselves, we could understand where we stand. Before this pandemic, we were just patting our back for having the leader in the generic drugs. We are mastered the art of this formulation, and we are really enjoying the status of pharmacy of the world. But this pandemic only we have realized we have dependence of more than 80% as far as key starting material and this bulk drugs are concerned. During this pandemic, we have dependence as far as the electronics or we can say medical devices concerned. So this particular time has given a lot of information, lot of introspection, and I can say there are clear-cut two type of people existing after this pandemic. One who have paid the high cost for this pandemic, and those other 50%, those who have set the new bars, new heights as far as their professional commitment and practices concerned. So I think again, KITE belongs to the second group. They have set new standards during this pandemic. Even they keep on moving, and rightly said by the director, they are really catalysts for excellence, and they will be catalysts for excellence for other institutions as well. So we are living in a different society. This is a, we can say, mind over matter. And we have recently observed a few examples like this settlement between two companies, a patent settled just a piece of paper for trillions of dollars. So this we have to understand. Then we are living in an industry of 4.0, fourth industrial revolution. And this is time for artificial intelligence and data mining. As far as this topic is concerned, so we are again living in a different world. And the total data available on internet is around 4.4 zettabyte. And this comes to around 44 trillion GB. So for time being, a few thought leaders and scientists are suggesting there is no need to go to wet labs. Just try to better utilize the data available with the help of deep data mining, machine learning, artificial learning, augmented learning. And we have to prepare to face another challenge in the years to come of the quantum computing. And earlier we were able to afford this luxury of staying in isolation, but now we have to learn to integrate with the other professions as well. For your just information, the United Nations in 2000, before 2000 has adopted a resolution, and they are heavily recommending for the interprofessional communication. Because if we have proper communication, then only we will be able to command the respect and contribute in a big way. So this is we are living in a different world. As I have mentioned, we have to prepare for the new normal. We are pharmacy of the world, but what is our aim? So we have a dynamic vision now. We want to become the pharmaceutical laboratory of the world. And what is the contradiction? Contradiction is that before this pandemic, everybody was talking this India is the preferred destination for the medical tourism. But this pandemic we have observed we are not at all able to cater the basic needs of the this medical care. So a lot of things to be done. Even as Mackenzie has mentioned, they have very cheap and affordable high-end medical facilities. But again, we have realized when you're so this is the time of contradiction. And what we are saying, the images young farmers are not product of education system. What we have observed as a teacher in the recent part, students are coming to the academic institution for the byproduct, that is for jobs and for financial gains, not for the knowledge. So this is another change, and we are working in academic institutions. We are doing academic research, but a few limited scope for the translation into this ideas, or we can say innovations. As far as research concerned, so again there are different things, and if you want to work in any field, so you have to understand what is going all around. And again, this pandemic has given us opportunity to spend some time and understand where this profession is going. And if you are really, this is time of this artificial intelligence, and if pharmacists is not able to develop the concept of super intelligence, then they will be lost, because the overall thrust throughout the world is prevention over treatment, and they are coming back to nature. And most of the time, the scientists are just focusing on reverse innovations. They are talking about personalized medicine, 3D printing, cognitive computing, and body sensor, pill on the this laboratory on the pill, then different type of microbiome studies. But as far as the academia is concerned, we are not able to cater those needs, or we are not able to address those areas. So motivation is totally missing, and slow formation transformation of education is observed in the last few years. And one of the reason is I can understand is a regulation, but institution like the KITE have to come forward, and they have to provide the roadmap for other institution to follow. And the new infrastructure is recently added, and we have to think about digital infrastructure. But the biggest problem with the academia of India is a lack of ideation. As far as innovation at form is concerned, the precision medicine is the highly sought of across the world. We are talking about the health sensors, 3D printing, and nanotechnology, and artificial and real world is the necessity. As far as the Indian industry is concerned, it brought a lot of laurels, but now we have realized we have this central government also, the government of India has also come out with a beautiful scheme of performance linked incentive, and very soon we will be in a position to command the respect in the world as far as the production of at the same time, there is a 22,000 crores incentives in the to industry for to make the field of with all the participants, but I am just highlighting a few things. This I am mentioning. This I have mentioned. We have a lot of dependence on the China alone, and this is data I am just giving specifically to March and April. In 1 month, the drug like ivermectin, there is a price rise in more than 200%. And other drugs like paracetamol, they have registered in 1 month 60% price hike. So these are the things we could understand during this pandemic. And as far as the trend in pharmaceutical research is concerned, so you cannot afford the luxury of staying in isolation. What is happening in most of the pharmacy institution, even there is a no collaboration within the institution. There are certain departments, they are working in isolation. And what is important, all those are the sacred islands, they are doing extraordinary good, but connect is missing. That's why we are not coming out with the worthwhile research. So we have to think about this. And another important idea, what I am just mentioning here, and that is the we can trust a vacuum available in this particular profession, because the world was looking for the clinical trials as to India to become a hub for the clinical trials. Just for one reason, we have a lot of phenotypic and genotypic variation available in this particular India, in this country, but we missed this opportunity and manpower was not available. So now this is time to give trust on the ethical concern, understand the autonomies, respect of the patients, and at the same time, this data is given. India and China together commanding the 35% of the world population and less than 12% of clinical trials. But in comparison to this particular data, US alone having 5% of world population and more than 27% of clinical trials. And this is the trend in US, a country like US, where the patients are going to the seeking the intervention of the court of law, and they are requesting for the engineered or research drugs. They are welcoming, but the country like India, we are just ignoring the opportunity of this particular thing. So at the same time, I'm also think there must be a lot of changes in the regulation, and what we have observed in this pandemic, there is a sea change in the regulation. This is totally, we can say, we are now adopted the diplomacy, medical diplomacy, and we have demonstrated the world that we are capable of producing our own vaccine, and that is at par with the as far as the standards concerned from any laboratory of the world. At the same time, our regulatory also have behaved very maturely and very time-bound manner, and keeping in mind the safety of the patients, they have cleared all such things, and we have come out with our own drugs, drug and vaccines. And as far as the topic is concerned, so we have to understand what is going on in the industry. So I'm just giving you 3 examples. One is the Pfizer. So instead of having the generic setup of the happening with GlaxoSmithKline, and they are converting all such activity into small segments, and they are mentioning, and they are committed to take the help of academia. So if academia have the competence, they must come to the academia for their own, because they are not having sufficient ideas. So they want to connect with the academia. If the teachers and the institutions are competent, then they can play a big role as far as the new drug development is concerned. As far as this new concept is concerned, so this is a collaborative approach between among the companies. So I can give you an example of Mandi Pharma. This is amalgamation of 120 companies working in 120 countries, and they came out with a very good anti-viral drug on fast track manner. And that way they have shared their information, they have shared their knowledge, and at the same time they are committed to share the profits as well. And one more important thing, in order to reduce the cost of the sourcing, what we have observed, nobody is working in the field of the risk discovery of new antibiotic, because this is not very cost effective. So this cloud sourcing is coming. Whosoever contributing, and accordingly they will get their own financial benefits. So there are a few things which are already available, and it should known to all the pharmacists working in different field. There is a vacuum in each and every field. If you are really coming out, if you are developing a competence in one of the field which is contemporary to the world, you will be able to command the respect and everything. And friends, I am coming to my end this conclusion, because there is solution for everything from academics. And like Industry 4.0, wave theory 4.4, in education is also facing the new paradigm shift, and that is really the fourth paradigm shift is teaching. Degree is not just sufficient, learning is not sufficient. You have to adopt another learning, this concept of unlearning, and then you will be able to produce yourself for the relearning. Then only you will be able to command the respect and everything in the society. So you have to, every day you have to learn the concept of working together. You have to learn the working in a team. You have to respect the basic sciences as well. What was happening in last few decades, the professional sciences were not respecting the basic sciences. Whenever there is any invention, the bases are provided by the basic scientists. So you have to learn, you have to collaborate, you have to give respect, and then only you will be able to understand, educate, learn, and improve yourself. So this is my humble appeal, because what is happening, what is the need of the SDP-like activities, we have to understand what are the lacunas left. So ideation is totally missing. I can give you a beautiful example of this particular pandemic as well. There was not even a single warning. There was no advisory. There was no prediction about this type of activity from the biological scientists. But there were certain advices given by non-pharmacy, non-biologists, non-medical people like Bill Gates. He has given a presentation, TED Talks in 2015, and he has compared the future problems, and he has compared the influence of virus with the cloud out of the atomic explosion. So they were forcing this type of activity. So there is need to have the thrust on ideation, and there is need to, right from today, we should start ideating, and we have to learn to respect our own ideation, and we have to work upon our own ideas. Then only we will be able to command the respect. We have to respect the interprofessional communication. We have to adopt, this is adopted by the government of India, but we have to learn the basics of medical diplomacy, medical writing, professional advocacy, innovation ecosystem, collaborative approach, translation of research, professional ethics, and this all is possible if we are really having trust on leadership, because leadership is nothing but to groom the graduates in such a way they are catering the needs of the society. One of the social scientists said the biggest problem challenge with the academic institution is they have to prepare the graduate in such a way that they are able to solve the problems of the society which are not known to the society. And he has further added, they are supposed to resolve those problems with the help of tools and techniques not yet invented. So you can understand how you have to prepare graduates to cater the 360-degree needs of the society. And I have mentioned in the leadership, So only thing, you should have self-actualization, and if you're living for a purpose, you must become a leader in your lifetime, and you'll be able to command the respect in a big way. So we have to educate our students. They should not fear about the failure. They should always aspire to enjoy the fruits of the success. There are a few examples, because the Thomas Edison, or we can say Graham Bell, they were negated by their own countrymen and their own colleagues, but they have respect, they have faith in their own ideation, and they are now become the immortal in the world. As far as the timeline is concerned, there is no timeline fixed. There is no time of expiry. You can start anytime. If you have a valid idea and if you are working with your full commitment, you can survive. So I will conclude here, because what is happening in India, we have learned everything. Everything. We forget to celebrate the concept of a festival of teaching, and students forget to learn to celebrate the festival of learning. So again, we have to work in this direction, and we have to make sure that the literate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So I'm really happy that you have given this opportunity to share my thoughts with the participants, and it's really very important for me to connect with the teachers of this community, our own profession, and I'm really happy for giving this opportunity, and I'm sure this kite, as in the name, would fly very high in the sky, and it must be visible for all as a role model. And very soon, this must be a university, a full-fledged university. And whenever I am attending another program, they will say, now the kite is the preferred destination in the North Zone, and in years to come, it must be one of the best institution of the country. So my all good wishes and my compliments to the leadership of this institution for providing such type of facilities, infrastructure, and this academic ambience to this nation. So once again, thank you very much, and wishing all of you safe and prosperous and active professional life. Thank you very much once again. Namaskar.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for provoking the enthusiasm among the intellectual audience and also enlightening us about our theme that we are going to hear about in the coming 5 days. So now I request our director, sir, to please present the gesture of gratitude as a in the form of a certificate as a small token of remembrance of the event to our chief guest, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sir,
My
kindly
pleasure.
accept. Kindly
My
accept.
pleasure. My pleasure.
We're really honored, sir. And we would really work on the lines of what you have shown us, sir. We will certainly work towards autonomous institution and then in a phased manner to a university, sir. Thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So now I request Dr. Vaishali Manikrao Patil, coordinator of the current FDP, to deliver her vote of thanks. Ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So an event like this cannot be planned overnight. The planning for this event had started weeks ago, and for this event, we require to have an bird eye to have all the details in a fine tune. And we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated management, director, and joint director. Dean Academics, Principal Sir, and colleagues at Kite Group of Institutions. I, Dr. Vaishali M. Patil, on behalf of Kite School of Pharmacy, Kite Group of Institutions, Ghaziabad, and my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to one and all present here who directly or indirectly are involved in the successful organization of this 5-day AICT-sponsored Atal FDP program on adoption of virtual reality technologies for drug discovery, the centerpiece of academic and industry labs. First of all, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. Shailendra Saraf, Vice Chairman, Pharmacy Council of India, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. Sir, today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in all. You have highlighted us, or you encouraged us to take us to understand the ongoing changes in the international as well as Indian pharma industry, and the need for academia industry collaboration, and how the academic institutions can play an important role during this is going to be in our mind and in our thoughts whenever we will be planning our future projects. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to thank AICT Atal Academy and KITE Group of Institutions, the management, for giving this opportunity to us to organize this event and believing in us to host this program. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. With these thoughts by John C. Maxwell, I would like to thank Dr. A. Garg, Director, KITE Group of Institutions, for his continuous motivation, support, and encouragement. We are really enlightened with the presence of Dr. Manoj Goyal, Joint Director, KITE Group of Institutions, who has always stimulated and vitalized us for performing our best. I also wish to express my gratitude to Dr. Anil Kumar Ehlawat, Dean Academics, KITE Group of Institution, for constant encouragement and supports towards organization of such academic events. I would like to thank Dr. K. Nagarajan, Principal, KITE School of Pharmacy, who is a continuous source of inspiration for us. Now I would like to thank all the head of the departments from KITE Group of Institution, all the dignitaries present on the platform, all the broadcasters from press, all the invited participants and delegates from various parts of India for their valuable cooperation and their presence for this inaugural ceremony. And we are looking forward to be with you for the next 5 days, and the success of this program is based on your continuous cooperation and your active involvement during the various keynote sessions which we have organized. And in the last, I would like to thank this virtual platform, which has enabled us to collaborate with each other during this pandemic time. And in 2018, again, we have planned to call Saraf sir for one of our international conference, but due to the time limitations, he was not able to join us. But I'm thankful for this virtual platform, which has helped us to meet him here. And thank you so much again, sir. And thank you everyone for your precious time. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am. So to honor our nation's glory, beauty, and rich heritage, I request everyone to please stand up for the national anthem. Thank you, everyone. So now I request everyone to please join for the inaugural session of Atal FDP on AICT portal. The links for joining the AICT has been already sent to everyone. It is available in the email also, as well as we have shared it in the WhatsApp group also. So you all please join there. And after that, you all are requested to please join our technical session. So technical session 1 for day 1 will be starting at 12 noon, and the link is already provided in our schedule. So I thank you all and request you all to please join the AICT portal right now. Thank you all.